What's up, guys? Gina here. Okay, so today I'm moving away from the whole keto thing and I'm just gonna do something random. Today I want to talk about what to expect when having a baby and not, all the typical goo goo gaga lovey-dovey stuff. I wanna tell you the things that nobody tells you about when you're having a baby. During labor, after labor, the good stuff. So if you're the type of person who wants to imagine childbirth, as you see it in the movies, like blissful and a few pushing, and then you have this beautiful, perfect looking baby in your arms, then turn the video off now because I don't want to ruin it for you. For those of you who are real and want to know what actually to expect, this is for you. So the first thing, which was probably the hardest thing for me to swallow, is when you get to the hospital, I was expecting to roll on in there in my wheelchair because I couldn't walk with the pain of the contractions. I thought I was going to be rolled on in and my epidural was going to be magically waiting for me. What I did not know is that you have to sit in triage with a giant IV drip bag, and that bag needs to be empty before you are allowed to get your epidural. I did not know that. So I sat there in panic mode watching each little drip drop, and it feels like hours. It doesn't take that long. It may be an hour. But when you're in that kind of pain and you know that the clock is ticking and it gets to a point where you can't get an epidural, you go into straight out panic mode. So with my first pregnancy, that was a complete surprise to me. So I watched the drip, drip, drip. Finally, it was gone. And I was like, yes, I can get it. And then I said, all right, my bag's done, I'm ready. And then my sweet delivery nurse said, well, we haven't gotten your blood results back. What? I've been sitting here for an hour, like the drip is done. Where's my epidural? Oh, sweetheart, we have to wait for your blood results. We have to make sure, and then I blanked. So I don't even know what the blood results are for. All I know is they need them back before you can get your epidural. So then finally, the phone rings. They got my blood results. Good to go. I can get the epidural. Let's get it in here. Let's do it. I want it now. Well, we're really backed up today, so I'll call it in, but it might be a little while before he gets here. At this point, I was about to lose my shit. Like literally. I started calling people names, I started swearing, I started getting mean, and then lo and behold, the doctor showed up to give me my epidural. And after that, I was the coolest girl on the block. I was hanging, I was laughing, I loved everybody. Worth the wait, but keep in mind, there is a wait. So go in there knowing that. Okay. Second thing, poop. I mean, if you have close friends who have had babies before, they probably filled you in on this. If not, I'm gonna have to be the girl. You're probably gonna poop during labor. I'm just gonna throw it out there. It's the truth. It's probably gonna happen. If you have a really good delivery nurse and a really good midwife or doctor, whoever is delivering your baby, you're not gonna have any idea that it happened. If you have a less than stellar delivery nurse, like with my second child, you're gonna know exactly what's going on. But at that point, the good news is you don't care. You want every and anything out of you, including that baby. But there's a really good chance that you're gonna poop in a room full of people. So get that in your head, let it soak. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Everybody does it. They've seen it a million times. Hopefully, you don't know that it's happening, but if you do, don't let it ruin your day. They're used to it. Okay. The third thing, after you have your baby, there will never be a time in your life when you feel any less sexy than when you are rocking the sheer pantyhose undies that they give you. They're more like boxer briefs, I would say, made out of pantyhose. Yeah, I was surprised about that too. But they serve good purpose. They hold the frozen diaper that they give you in place. So after you give birth, you need to be iced. And what's better than a frozen baby diaper, tucked in your nethers and held up by pantyhose like boxer briefs. If you thought you felt unsexy while you're pregnant, trust me, sister, it gets worse. On top of that, the first time you have to go to the bathroom, I'm not talking number 2, that's a whole other situation. First time you go pee, you need to be escorted to the bathroom. And you'll have 1, maybe 2 if you're lucky, nurses with you who are knelt down in front of you holding a little squirt bottle, because you can't wipe. I mean, you just squeeze a baby out of your vagina. You're not going to be wiping anything down there for a little while. So instead, you get to squirt the water bottle to wash the leftover pee drips away. That, again, does add to your sexiness. You'll get used to it, though, and it actually ends up being a moment of relief for you. So, yeah. So just in case you're not following along, you're going to pull down your pantyhose boxer briefs, remove your frozen baby diaper to sit down and go pee, and then you're going to squirt yourself clean afterwards. And then probably get a fresh frozen baby diaper. And you might need a fresh pair of stocking boxer briefs as well. And then you're going to waddle yourself back into bed. It's a very slow process with assistance, and then you'll get back into your bed where you will stay until you have to pee again. Okay, so after you have a baby, you're used to this big old pregnant belly, and you're thinking, oh, I can't wait to have my body back. I can't wait to not have this belly anymore. The surprise is you still look about 5 months pregnant, only it's not like that, hard belly that you had when there was a baby in there. Now it's like a overflowing bowl of pizza dough, like just mushy and squishy and like pale and just like a glob of pizza dough hanging off of you. No one told me that. I thought yeah, maybe I'd have a little pouch left there. I did not know I was going to be 5 months pregnant with a pile of pizza dough. That's what it looks like, and that's what it feels like. So let me backtrack, just in case you're not fully keeping track. Frozen baby diaper in your nethers, held up by stocking boxer briefs with a squirt bottle that you're going to keep with you at all times, and hanging over your boxer brief pantyhose undies is a 10-pound mass of pizza dough. So those are the joys of post-childbirth. And through all this, you just push a baby out of your body, which is very exhausting, mind you. But it is also apparently extremely exhausting for your husband, because chances are while you're going through all of this, it's going to be out cold on the couch next to you. So also be prepared for that. Oh, and one last little tiny tip that I wanted to tell you about, what I talked about a tiny bit earlier. Your number 2, your first number 2 after having a baby, is basically going to be like childbirth all over again. So be prepared. If you feel it coming, you might want to clear part of your day for it, just so that there's no pressure. You have time. You can work it out, and you just don't want to be pressured. You just want to let it do its thing. So yeah, just keep that in mind. They'll give you stool softeners, so make sure you take those. It's helpful. Oh, and also, another last thing. You know how in the movies they show the baby literally just came out and it's delivered so perfectly with a nice little hat on and perfect skin and looking adorable like a real baby? Don't be alarmed if your child doesn't look like that. Don't be alarmed if your baby is like shades of blue and purple and red, and maybe a little scaly looking, and also it'll have a hat on. Underneath the hat might be some funk matted into its hair if it has hair. If it doesn't have hair, it might just be like dried onto its head. Just don't be alarmed if your baby looks a little bit like an alien for the first few hours. Because, once its body regulates and it gets used to, being in this big open world, it'll start looking a little more normal. But it's not going to look like those babies in the movie. So do not be alarmed, and do not think that you gave birth to an alien, because I promise your child will look normal at some point. So, if you're having a baby soon and you didn't know any of that stuff, now you know, but don't be scared. It's literally the most amazing thing in the entire world. And once you get that epidural, everything is gonna be fine. The aftermath is not the most flattering period of your life, but by that point, you have no shame. So you're not gonna care. And in a week or two, or a month or two, that's all gonna be a distant memory. You're not even gonna care about that. That's gonna be the least important part of the experience, because you're gonna have the most perfect little crying, not sleeping bundle of joy in your arms, and it's all gonna be worth it.